Hi, I'm Fowler, and I want to talk to you about the Splawn Quick Rod. It's a 100-watt all-tube head, vintage British style hot rodded. You can see we've got it here in black Tolex with a beautiful red racing stripe that the guys at the shop built for me. And it's 2 channels, clean and overdrive, and overdrive switches between overdrive 1 and 2, which is just overdrive 2 is just more gain basically. And you also have this really cool knob here, the mode switch, which lets you switch between gears 1, 2, and 3, which are all different gain voicings, and we'll go over those. So it's got 4 12AX7s in the preamp and 4 EL34s in the power amp, and it's got a really good rockin' British tone. We're running it through, you can't really see it here, but there's a Splawn 212 cabinet loaded with their speakers, the small blocks, which I understand sort of resemble Celestian greenbacks. Other cool features, it has an effects loop knob, a volume knob that you can use to sort of attenuate the volume of the amp and keep it from getting so ripping loud, because it is really loud. And there's a cool locking input jack on the back of the cabinet, so then when you have tremendous bass frequencies, it doesn't pop your speaker cable out. So yeah, let's get down to some of the tones of the amp. You can hear what it sounds like. Okay, first let's talk about the clean channel. It's a really simplistic layout. It just has 4 knobs. It has bass, treble, volume, and gain. And it does what it does. And so I'll play some different tones. For the purposes of this, I have the bass and treble both set to noon, and the gain set to about 1030. So you can hear what that sounds like. And we'll play some on the Stratty sound position on the PRS. And it should be noted that with this channel, I think it sounds better if you have something outboard like a reverb or a delay chorus to kind of help the clean channel sparkle a little bit. But that's just the clean channel by itself. So let's go over to the overdrive channel and we'll talk about it. Alright, so now let's talk about the overdrive channel. As I mentioned before, there are 3 different modes, and you can use the mode switch to switch between gear 1, 2, and 3. Gear 1 is voiced like a hot-rodded Plexi. Gear 2 is voiced like a hot-rodded 800, and 3 is the same as Gear 2 but with more gain. So sort of like a super hot-rodded 800. So for the purposes here, I have all of the tone controls set to 12 o'clock, and the gain is set to 12 o'clock as well. The volume and the solo are set low because I just don't want to kill everyone. And we'll kind of tweak with it. So let's start with Gear 1 and Overdrive 1, which is the lower gain of the 2 stages. And you hear kind of like a cool vintage Plexi sound. It's got lots of top end. It's really sizzly. And here's some kind of just noodling around. Alright, so that's Gear 1 Overdrive 1. And what I'm going to do now is take the gain up to about 3 o'clock so it gets a really, really hot rodded sound. And then I'll play a little bit on Gear 1, and then I'm going to foot switch over to Overdrive 2 on Gear 1. So this is Overdrive 1. Alright, now we're going to go to Overdrive 2. Alright, that's Gear 1. Let's go over to Gear 2. Alright, now we're in Gear 2. I've left all the controls the same as they were for Gear 1, so the gain is still at about 3 o'clock, and the tone controls are all at about noon. And now I'm going to go to Gear 2, Overdrive 1, and then I'll switch to Overdrive 2 just like I did with the last channel. So this is Gear 2. Alright, now we're going to go over to Overdrive 2 and get a little bit more gain still. Okay, that's Gear 2. Now let's go to Gear 3, which is the hottest of the 3 settings. Alright, so now we're in Gear 3. This is like I said, the hottest of the modes. It has the most gain, so you can probably hear there's a little bit of amp buzz right now because there's a tremendous amount of gain. So I mean, you could easily play any kind of heavy metal, anything with this. It just has tons of overdrive and thickness, and it's really tight. So I'll play a little bit of metal, and then I'll kind of riff around and play some solo stuff, and I'll go over to Overdrive 2 and then play some more with that. So this is Gear 3. let's go over to Overdrive 2. Okay, now what I've done is I've set the amp settings the way that I use them, and I've plugged in my pedal board because I think this amp really just loves certain effects that just really just bring out the textures of the amp. So I'm going to play a few of my preset setting things that I use live, and I'll tell you what they are. So right now I'm on the clean channel, and the way I've set the clean channel up is the treble is still at noon and the gain is still in the same place. I just back the bass down ever so slightly. And in my loop I have a Boss EQ pedal that I have a slight scoop in, so there's a little bit mid taken out, and also a Fender reverb pedal, a Boss Fender reverb. So I'll just play some nice clean, picking clean stuff, and this is like a really nice sound for that. So anyway, here we go. Okay, so we're still on the clean channel here. This is the second preset. This one still has the reverb, and it's also, I've added some digital delay and a little chorus, and the EQ is still in the loop as well. So it's that same sound from before, but we're layering in the delay in the chorus, and this is almost a 12-string vibe, which is really, I dig a lot. Okay, so now I've gone to my third preset, and this is just Gear 2, and my overdrive controls are set. The presence is at 9, the bass is at about 130, mids are at 11, treble is at about 1030, and the gain is at about 1 o'clock. And this is just overdrive 1, Gear 2, just no effects, just straight rhythm tone. Okay, let's go over the next setting, which is that same setting, but I've added some delay so I can play some cool, you know, spacey sounding guitar riffs. Okay, cool. Now let's go over to my last preset, and this is Gear 3, Overdrive 2, so it has a lot of gain, and all the controls are still set the same. And I've added some delay in, and normally when I play live, the solo boost would come on here as well, I'm not going to use it right now because I don't need to get any louder, but I use that solo boost to take it up above the rest of the band for that solo moment. So here's that last setting. Okay, well, that's it for my little piece here on the Splawn Quick Rod. So check out SplawnGuitars.com. Really awesome. You can all kinds of cool custom stuff you can do, like the racing stripes and everything. They're great amps. And be sure to check out my band Intertwined, and I'm going to put the link right here under where my hand is. You can see it's right there. So check us out, and thanks for watching. Take it easy.